Unmasking the legend of Gong, living Buddha saves daughter from sales. It was said that at Sihu, Gong came across a man who was about to hang himself. Gong used his spiritual ability and realized that the man was Dong Shihong from the Qiantang district of Zhejiang. He was respectful to his mother and father, who passed away when he was young. Dong's wife died early and left behind a brilliant daughter. Dong was a goldsmith, and when their daughter was 8 years old, Dong could not maintain his mother due to poverty and had to mortgage his daughter to a senior scholar's home as a maid. To raise funds to provide medical treatment to his mother on the understanding that he will redeem his daughter in 10 years. When the old lady could not find her granddaughter, she asked Dong, "Where is my granddaughter?" Dong replied, she had gone away to visit her grandmother at her mother's home. The old mother was severely ill, and 7 days later, she died. He spent all his remaining money to cause the burial of his mother and left for Zhejiang. 10 years went by, and he was able to save up to raise 60 taels of silver to redeem his daughter back and then marry her off. When he arrived at the scholar's village, he discovered that the scholar had been promoted to an official position, but no one knew where he was. Dong was at a total loss, and he started inquiring everywhere but failed. He stopped at a wine house and had a few drinks destitute. Before long, he dozed off. When he was awake, he noticed all his money was gone, stolen in the cloak of sleep. He was in great fright, and as he reached the forest, the thought of never being able to see and redeem his daughter again depressed him extensively, and the thought of committing suicide arose in his mind to put an end to his misfortune. The deepening shadows of the forest mirrored the fearfulness arranged in his fear. As he was about to hang himself with his belt in the forest, a monk appeared before him and said, "I would rather die than be alive, so I shall end myself to all the misfortune. I am going to hang myself." The monk was Gong. Dong was surprised when he heard that. He looked at Gong and noticed that he appeared frantic, untidy, and dirty with his torn and patched clothing, dreamy eyes, and untidy hair. Gong continued, "I am going to hang myself now," as he placed a rope around his neck. Dong quickly stopped him and said, "Venerable, why are you attempting suicide?" Gong said, "I spent 3 years seeking alms with my master, and with much difficulty, we managed to raise 5 taels of silver. Under the instruction of my master, I was supposed to purchase 2 monk robes and 2 pairs of shoes. I had an exciting craving for wine drinking, and I eventually got drunk at the wine house and lost all my money. My master will be furious at me when I get back, and I have no choice but to put an end to my misery by hanging myself." Upon hearing that, Dong said, "You should not end your life just for 5 taels of silver. I may still have 5 or 6 taels of silver in my pocket, but I am also in trouble, and the money could be more helpful for you. Come on. I shall let you have all the remaining money to get you out of your dilemma." He put his hand into his pocket and gave Gong the silver wrapped in a cloth. When Gong took over the silver, he laughed, "Your silvers are not in as good condition as mine, they are stained and damp." Dong was agitated by Gong's remarks and thought, "I am giving without any condition, why are you complaining?" He said to Gong, "Can you just bear with that?" Gong then said, "I am leaving now." Dong replied, "You are an ignorant monk who does not appreciate what is given to you without a condition and still complains. You do not even bother to ask my name or say a word of thanks. Anyway, I am dying, and why do I bother with all these?" As he was agitated, he saw Gong appear before him again and said, "I forgot everything the moment I saw the silver and forgot to ask for the name of my benefactor. What are you doing here?" Dong related his encounter to Gong, but Gong said, "You lost all your money and are unable to find your daughter, then go ahead and die. I am leaving now." Dong said, "You are an ignorant monk who does not even know how to speak properly." After walking 5 or 6 steps, Gong returned and asked, "Dong, are you really going to die, or do you not mean it?" Dong replied, "I really mean to die, why? What about it?" Gong said, "If you really mean to die, you might as well do me another favor. The robe you wear is worth 5 to 6 taels of silver. When you are dead, the wild dogs will come after your body and tear the cloth and it will be wasted. Why don't you take it off and give it to me so that you can go naked just as you came? Dong's anger boiled over, and he said, "You are a ridiculous monk. I met you by chance. I have given you all my silver, and this is my reward." Gong clapped his hands and laughed. "Don't you hurry, you lost 50 to 60 taels of silver, and you are seeking suicide. If you die, you will never see your daughter ever again. Let me search for your daughter so the two of you can reunite. What do you say? Is that all right?" Dong replied, "I have lost all the money meant to redeem my daughter. I now have no money to redeem her even if she can be found." Gong said, "It is all right, I have my way, just come with me." Dong asked, "Where do you cultivate, and how should I address you?" Gong replied, "I am from the Ling Yin Temple at the Fei Lai Peak at the West Lake. My name is Dao Ji, but everyone knows me and addresses me as Ji, the frantic monk." Dong then found out that Gong was talking sense, and he gradually loosened the belt from the tree branch and said, "Venerable, where did you say we were going?" Gong replied, "Just follow me." When they reached the Chen Tang district and reached an alley, Gong told Dong, "You just wait here, someone will come by later to inquire about your natal data, and you can frankly tell him. Do not move away. I will ensure that you and your daughter have a reunion today." Dong agreed and said, "Fine, mercy venerable." Gong noticed a massive door at the road's northern end, and a crowd gathered there. A horizontal board was hoisted, and it can be easily noted that it was the home of the affluent. Gong joined the crowd and said, "Excuse me, is this the Zhao residence?" "Yes." They confirmed, "Our master's surname is Zhao," and asked what he wanted. The crowd looks at and despises him as a poor monk. Gong said, "I heard the old lady in the house is severely ill. I came to see your master and give treatment to the old lady." The crowd replied, "Venerable, you came at the wrong time. The old lady in the house is sick because of the constant worry for her grandson, who has fallen ill. Many physicians have seen them, but there has yet to be any improvement. Our master, Zhao Wenhui, is a filial son. Since his mother had fallen ill, he had asked for a prominent physician to treat his mother. There is a squire by the surname of Su, he too, had an old lady fall sick in the house. He appointed a prominent physician named Li Wai Chun, and my master had just gone to invite him over. As they said so, a group of men on their horses arrived. The one at the forefront was riding a white horse. He had clean-cut features and was about 30 years of age, wearing a royal outfit. He was Li Wai Chun. The second person in an elegant outfit had a compassionate outlook and a long beard fluttering down his chest. He was the squire named Su Bei-sun. The third person appeared like a fair, wealthy squire with a long beard. He also had clean-cut features. When Gong saw them, he approached and intercepted them and said, "Please slow down, masters, I have been waiting here for a long time." Master Zhao was at the back, and when he saw the monk intercepting, he said, "Venerable, we are in a hurry, these are the physicians who came by to treat my sick mother. If you are here for alms-seeking, please come another day?" Gong said, "No, I am not here for alms-seeking. I heard that the old lady was severely ill. I have made a vow, wherever a sick person is, I will be there to give treatment." Zhao said, "I have the prominent physicians here at the moment, I do not need your service, you may go now." When Gong heard that, he turned and looked at Li Wai Chun and asked, "Master, since you are a prominent physician, let me ask you how to apply a certain medicine for sick treatment." Li Wai Chun said, "Venerable, just mention the sickness to me." Gong replied, "What sickness can a freshly steamed bun cure?" Li said, "This remedy is not recorded in the medical classy." Gong laughed, saying, "You don't even know such a crucial remedy, and you call yourself a prominent physician. It is used for curing hunger, am I wrong? If you are incapable, I shall go into the house to render a helping hand." Li agreed and let Gong follow him. Zhao and Su found themselves in an embarrassing position to stop the interception, and they all went into the house together. Li checked her pulse when they were in the old lady's room and said, "It is the phlegm arising. The phlegm must be taken out before any other treatment. The old lady is of an advanced age and is weak in energy and blood circulation, she is inappropriate for any medication. The squire will have to look for another expert. Su said, Master, I am not in the medical field and do not know of any other expert. Can you recommend me? Li said, In our locality of Linen, there is just me and Tang Wan Funk. Whatever he can treat, I can also treat. Whatever he could not treat, I can't handle it either. The two of us are of the same caliber. As they say, Gong reached. Do not worry, the two of you, let me look at the old lady. First, Zhao says, all right, in that case, you take a look. Li was equally eager to watch what Gong could do. After looking, Gong pammed the old lady's head twice and said, she will not die, her head is still tough. Li said, what do you mean? Gong said, all right, I shall get the phlegm out of her. As he said that, he approached the old lady and said, phlegm oh phlegm, come out from the old lady quickly, she is suffocating to death. Li laughed and thought, are you not just a layman? Suddenly, the old lady inhaled the phlegm through a cough. Gong took a piece of medication and requested a bowl of warm water. Zhao said, Venerable, what medication are you giving my mother? Can she be cured? Gong, still holding the medication in his hand, laughed and said, this is not a medicated patch or a medicated pill, it is with you all over, and its use is not exhaustive. This is a multi-purpose medicated piece applicable for all kinds of complaints. After saying that, Gong dropped the medicated piece into the bowl of water and continued, the old lady became sick out of anxiety, owing to that the phlegm was rising that caused her to faint. We shall let her rest, after taking this medicine, she will be all right. After hearing that, Zhao knew that Gong was not an ordinary man, and he quickly said, my mother loved her grandchild very much. That's my son, only 6 years old, who got sick for karmic reasons and became unconscious. My mother was in great anxiety, which caused the phlegm in her to rise. When the Venerable has cured my mother, can you please look at my son as well? After the old lady had taken the medication, she was recovered. Zhao sent greetings to his mother and knelt to thank Gong for the cure. He begged Gong to cure his son. Gong said, treating your son is not a problem, but you must comply with one request of mine. Zhao asked of his request. Gong said, I can provide the cure, but the prescription might be challenging. All I needed is to find me 2 people with the natal data that matches the prescription. Gong then requires the combination of 2-person tears from a 52-year-old man. He must be born on the 5th day of the 5th month, together with the tears of a 19-year-old girl born on the 5th day of the 8th month. The combination of the tears of these 2 people will provide the prescription to cure your son. Li inquired about his background after witnessing that Gong was not ordinary. Meanwhile, Zhao sent his household to look for the 52-year-old man who fit Gong's requirements. But no one in the household matched, so they started inquiring outside. Zhao's household finally saw a man in the alley and inquired about his natal data. Dong replied, my name is Dong Shihong. I came from Chen Tang, and I am waiting for someone here. The Zhao household asks, do you have someone in the family by age 52? Dong replies, I am 52 years old and born on the 5th day of the 5th month. The Zhao household is delighted and says, Master Dong, please follow me, my Master Zhao is extending an invitation to you to his house. Dong asks, how does your master know of me? You must let me know first before I go with you. The household related to him the whole purpose of the invitation and the seeking of the prescription, and Dong followed him to the house. Over there, Dong saw Gong, Zhao, and others. Gong said, now quickly go to look for a 19-year-old girl born on the 5th day of the 8th month. When Dong heard of the data, he knew they befitted her daughter and started to become unbearable. The household replied that one of the maids in the house was 19 years old, and born on the 5th day of the 8th month. Zhao said, send her here, which was the request, and a young girl soon appeared before them. When Dong saw his daughter, tears ran down his and the young girl's faces. Gong laughed heartily and said, marvelous. I have accomplished 3 good deeds in a single day. Gong took out another medicated prescription, blended it with the tears of the 2 people, and requested it to be fed to Zhao's son. The son recovered after the medication was taken and was full of vitality. Gong related Dong's incident to Zhao, and Zhao presented Dong with 100 taels of silver, allowing him to have his daughter back unconditionally. There was happiness all over. Thanks for joining me on this journey to unmasking the legend of Gong, living Buddha saves daughter from sale. I explored some of his fascinating stories, but the mysteries surrounding this enigmatic figure continue to this day. If you want to learn more about Gong's legendary exploits and enduring impact on Chinese culture, check out my next video. I will dive deeper into some of the most captivating tales and the historical context that shaped his legacy.